All right, what's up, everybody? Before the show gets started, I wanted to take a second and tell you guys you are most likely listening to this via Twitter or one of my posts that I put out, my promotions. If you click the link, it's most likely a direct download. If you want to subscribe to the show, go to iTunes, go to Stitcher, and search Joint Narcissism. Narcissism is with a G. You see it in the post, use it. Subscribe, leave a review. If you liked it, share it with your friends. It will significantly help the show. I have great guests, great content, great conversations, and I do it for you guys, and it only works if you guys join in. All right? Now enjoy the show. Peace.
Fuck you, Tony. Got a group of failures and they're all my friends. Got a group of drinks and the bottles never end. And the night's gotta rock, gotta roll, and they gotta do fun. In the heart of no morals, babe, well, you're gonna get stuck.
And we're live.
Wave your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
All right.
Yeah.
Turn that off.
Did you want to
Don't give me.
fucking
just save me anything.
well, it's a fucking baby drink. I thought it was fucking, I didn't know if it was my turn to buy or not. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I bought last time. This is the bottle of Gentleman Jack over there, remember? Oh, and the black label?
I didn't even get any of the black label. You can't
You
just
didn't
buy
want
shit,
any.
drink it, and then say, oh, I got it last time.
You didn't want it.
Dude, I would have drank that shit way before that shit. Don't start that motherfucker.
Some Alpha Brain mixed in that.
Ugh.
All right, so what's up today? Hold on. Thank you guys again for tuning in to Joint Narcissism. This is Tony motherfucking Rager.
Haha.
And with me today,
Whiteman.
we got Whiteman.
How you guys doing?
So, what the fuck is new, man?
Baby shower. That's probably the newest thing this week. And baby.
Yeah.
Baby's coming April 2nd. Talked to the doctor.
like a month away.
The doctor said probably a week early. So we're having the baby shower. And that's another thing I want to tell you guys. You guys just definitely come through if you want.
All right.
It's
I just went to
3
the baby shower
p.m.
This weekend.
3 p.m. I'll have some scotch. We'll chill in the back. Maybe somebody will bring me a cigar or something. We can have some stoves and drink some scotch and grill
I'll
some
bring
meat.
you a cigar.
Hope it's not your dick. I'll just skip the innuendo and go straight to it. All right.
It's your dick.
If it's your dick.
I don't want it.
I'm not going to be into it. Oh, no, but so baby shower. Diet still going strong. Down like 20 pounds already.
It's crazy, huh?
It's fucking amazing.
Never thought you were able to lift that shit.
I never did. We've been lifting for a
We were
while.
going hard for a while.
And we didn't
man.
lose a fucking
Why
thing.
can't I lose any weight? It's because we ate
Our
like
diets
shit.
were terrible.
Yeah.
Also, I have no caffeine, and I have no fucking. I have caffeine at work, coffee, because I have like graveyard shift. But right now, I'm sitting on like, and I don't condone this or anything, but I'm sitting on probably 5 hours of sleep.
I do this,
and I'm wired
fine,
right now.
right? You feel fine.
I had a B12 today, and before I had my B12, I just felt wired. When you eat your food on a ketogenic diet and your body is done with its sugar and there's none left, when it uses its energy that's fat, you just feel like you've taken a Red Bull.
Yeah.
Literally feel like that.
Yeah, you don't even
and it's amazing. And I just tried this Alpha Brain again from On It, and
I'm gonna awake and you're not half sleeping.
Dude, I was sorry about
You were
that.
fucked up last
I was
night.
fucking. I wasn't even high. I was just fucking
I know,
tired, dude.
I didn't even publish that episode.
Good, because I
It
was
was
just
very boring.
yeah, I was tired as hell.
Cool. I don't mind just coming hanging out. You know,
I was
it's
tired
no
as
big
hell.
deal.
But I have some talking points today. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
So, what is your first then?
Oh,
that felt bomb.
Since we were talking about On It, and I was put on that by JRE's podcast.
Yeah.
Another cool thing I saw on JRE's podcast recently was Theo Vaughn is fucking hysterical.
He's a funny guy.
I had no idea how funny he was, and I guess he has a Netflix special out right now that I need to check out for sure. Because he was hysterical. Like he said something like, "I don't think anybody would mind if you just like kind of cannibalized the small Viet." And he went like a Vietnamese.
He's like, I wanted to eat him.
Yeah,
I was so hungry. I was just thinking about eating them right there.
Like that was just like one of his lines. You guys need to watch that one.
I kind of want to be blind. You don't want to be blind?
I ain't never wanted to be a fish in my life, man.
That shit was classic.
I was dying. He has
stuff.
crazy lines. You guys got to check out that podcast. I don't know which one it was. 927, something like that. I don't know. Theo Vaughn. He's hysterical. I'm gonna go watch out. Yeah, he does like 3 a day or something sometimes.
It's because he's got the friends. He's got friends.
He's got
a bunch of friends. They're like, yeah, I'll come over.
Bunch of dope, rich, not rich, but some rich, but just successful, smart, fun to talk to friends.
Yeah.
That's what we need to work on. We need to find some more interesting people. Yeah. Nobody likes us?
No. Nobody likes us because we're too smart. We make everyone feel dumb, dude. I literally think that's what it is. And it's because I'm trying to tune it down like a lot so that I can be less abrasive to sensitive people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't like me simply because of the way I am. I don't
holding
get
back
about it. No, I hold back a lot. But even when I come out with like new information that I found out and I like to share it with people just tune out.
Oh, they're standoffish. People are initially going to be always afraid of what we don't understand. And
I don't know why. I think that's weird.
I've been super enlightened lately. Within like this last year, I've just been wanting to learn. I don't know if it even does anything.
It does.
I wanted to learn just so much stuff. It started with Jordan Peterson on the Jerry podcast, and he got me into Nietzsche, and I just started reading Nietzsche and started reading other things. I stopped reading so much because I started back in school. And
how's that going?
Great, man. I'm straight A's. It's tough with, working graveyard and then having to do school and watch my kid because school and kid are daytime jobs because they're not going to go graveyard for me. But I'm knocking it out. I'm handling it. And what was I on? Oh, talking about
Nietzsche.
Yeah, I just wanted to learn so much more things. I become way more enlightened when I wanted to know stuff I didn't fucking know. Yeah. Like I'm tired of. I was tired of being afraid of what I didn't know. Now I'm embracing that fear and turning it into progress.
I've never been afraid of anything I don't know. Even in class.
I'm saying as a community, we're like that.
The community, yeah. The whole community.
That's why when you walk up to somebody and I'm like, I don't challenge people like when I have conversations at work or at the gym or whatever about like religion and other things because they're so concrete.
Talk about it.
Concreted in their foundation of what their life is, and I don't know.
I brought up because I have this stumble upon on online on the Chrome browser. You can add it and you just hit it, stumble, and it goes to random websites to things you like. And I had philosophy and all these other things, and then there was 10 theories that'll blow your mind. 10 theories on reality that'll blow your mind. And there was one that was like, we could be in a computer simulation right now, and explained it because essentially all we are is consciousness, and our meat suits are just what we run through this realm in. And you got DMT, dimethyltryptamine. The people who do that, they all have similar responses. And the idea is that we're building towards basically uploading our consciousness and becoming immortal in the artificial world.
Yeah, absolutely.
What says that we didn't already do that?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, what if this is already that?
Yeah, the Earth is billions of years old. We could have been doing this for millions of and
it's just constantly perpetuating.
Well, didn't they have some type of experiment? Okay.
Hold on. What I was saying is that I told Ruby's brother-in-law and her brother about that. They shut the fuck down. They wanted to leave. They were like looking around, not paying it. I was just like, man, I find that shit weird. Like that's new information that challenges.
A lot of people, especially around these parts, are they're not very intelligent just because they grew up in that that gang mentality.
Yeah.
Because they usually have no father figures or poor father figures, and they just look for acceptance in a group, and it's usually gangs. And let's be clear, there's some smart criminals, but those are the guys at the top. The rest of them are fucking dummies.
Yeah, the guys at the top aren't doing anything. They're
Right.
telling everyone else.
Yes, Charles Manson type shit.
Yep.
And around here, there's an abundance. All it is a lot of gangs around here. It's getting bad, man.
Well, it's because we're a species of tribalism.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? And when you come from
we
this
need a
environment-
community.
Yeah, when you come from this environment and you don't have a dad, and then you got generations of kids that grew up without a dad and learn how to survive on the streets. That's what people migrate to, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of being a dad, I had this concept. I'm kind of jumping on a different topic now, but I had this concept of, like since I'm going to have 2 girls, and I'm probably done after that, maybe get a vasectomy, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
Go for it.
I don't really want any kids anymore, so I'll be good. And the idea of like trying to convince my daughters to wait to have sex.
No, it's not gonna happen.
And I thought, you know what? What is the most successful? Like, what would be the most like the best way to do it? And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna bribe them. Like, if
That's
you
not gonna
don't,
work.
I will give you a car if you
work.
don't
not gonna
have
work.
sex until you're
The
like
best way
17.
to do it is to
or
be
something.
120% honest with them.
Oh, I'm still gonna be
And,
honest with them.
Like, yeah. Just like what I'm trying to do is because I grew up boning bitches, getting girls left and right from middle school all the way up to college and even recent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's because I understand the psychology of the girl from the household they come from. I've seen so many different girls and the way they were raised, single mom, single dad, or like girls where their dads are super strict and they don't want them to do anything. Those girls do those things. And then the girls where they have like unlimited freedom, they do those things. So you got to meet in the middle. You got to be like, tell them the truth, show them what happens if they're irresponsible. Tell them if they do decide to make that choice, even though it's going to fucking murder us. It's going to kill our ego because we don't want our daughters boning dudes because we know how savage that shit is. And it's not lifetime, it's momentary.
And someone's just gonna fuck them over.
Yeah, it's all
gonna
it
happen.
is.
Absolutely gonna happen.
And see, I've already explained that to my daughter. I've already explained to her the type of person I was where, I went after girls and I didn't respect them. I didn't appreciate them. That's mostly why me and her mom broke up. And it is basically like you meet a guy that makes you laugh and he reminds you of me, stay away from him.
Yeah.
Because it took me forever to become the man I am today. If you find someone that's like me, how I was years ago, he's just going to use you. And like those are the type of talks you got to have with your girl because you got to build them up so confident.
Girls, I'm gonna have both.
You got to build them up and make them think that their vagina is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
No, yeah, that's why
You know
I
what
was.
I mean?
That's why I was saying I grew up with a birth mother that didn't do well. I'm not blaming anybody anymore, but she didn't do well. She got into drugs, and we had to. My dad had to step back from her, and then I had a stepmother that didn't do the best either, and that didn't end up working out. And then I got into a relationship, and everybody has that one relationship that's terrible. So by the time I was done with this, I was basically a woman hater,
that's
but
like every guy.
now having 2 girls and my wife, I really need to change my mind about how I feel about not feminism, because I think today's feminism is like just a man-hating group, but rights for women. Like they were trying to
defund Planned Parenthood. I was talking about this with my boy Bryson.
yeah, that or birth control or other things of that nature. Just for example, you remember like it was on the podcast that I was watching with Theo that Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan that they were trying to tax tampons or something.
Yeah, that was the thing. They wanted to tax women's
And just
hygiene.
like he said, that quote that he said, it was like, imagine if we were dudes and we were bleeding out of our balls, we would shut that fucking shit down and it would be done. It would be completely done.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely right. Joe Rogan is absolutely right. It is a man's world, and that wouldn't even fucking came a smidgen close. And to think that we were super close to having it come because it was a woman is insanity. And I have to realize, having 2 daughters now, that it's not they are underfavored. Like, and you can be pissed off at me saying no, that doesn't exist, but it does exist. For my company personally, I won't say who it is, but they hire a bunch of women at the low bottom, and it's almost biased to where the women are going to get up faster than you at the beginning. But at the top where I'm at now, there's no women.
It's men.
It's all men because they think men run shit better. I mean, I'm not going to argue with statistics or anything else, but I'm just going to say that bias exists.
Yeah.
It does exist. And I have to change my opinion about women's rights because my favorite people in the world are women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's true. I mean, we can't live without them. What are we going to do?
No.
What are we going to do?
They're just like...
They create human beings in their bodies.
I had to come to the realization that I was the issue with all these bad examples of women in my life. Caused...
You projected it.
I'm absolutely deflecting and projecting. Yeah. And it's not true a lot of the times that, just like where, if we have bias towards media, I find myself be like, if I'm leaning more right that day or leaning more left that day, I'll agree with the left meme or I'll agree with the right meme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're biased the same way with like simple, feminism or other things.
I'm not biased at all. I really ain't.
We used to be. We definitely used to be. You definitely used to be.
I'm not biased. I'm realistic. The majority of females are dumb, and it's not their fault. It's just the fact, like, my daughter's not going to be that female.
Right. Mine isn't
I gave
either.
her the skills.
I
gave her the skills not to be an idiot. And when men, like my neighbor across the street, he's the old-fashioned type of Hispanic dude where he doesn't want his daughter to work. He wants her to be girly. He wants her to be a certain way. And my daughter... whatever the fuck she wants. I'm not going to tell her how to dress the way she needs to be. I'm going to just tell her you need to be a good person. You need to take care of yourself.
That's all you got to do.
That's it. And that's where this bullshit of feminism.
And that's what I think libertarian, like that's where we're heading, you and myself, that's where it's at.
It's because everybody needs to be equal. It doesn't matter from your skin.
Right.
If you have a vagina, if you're from a different country, no. If you're in America and you're an American, no matter what, you should be equal. If you have the same job,
I've tried to explain to people where I stand, and a lot of them think I'm just super pro-Trump, and I'm really not pro-Trump. I was pro-Trump because I'm fuck Hillary. That's why I was pro-Trump.
Yeah. Now that I've learned so much,
but I'm getting angry at a lot of things he's doing. Like I said before we started, pro-gun, pro-life, or not pro-life, pro-choice, pro-freaking gay, and anti-fascism, anti-socialism. Just be a good person. Yeah. Right down the middle. How can we negotiate? How can we negotiate laws as two separate people if we're not willing to budge? If we're not willing to compromise, then our democracy has failed.
Yes, absolutely.
We're divided right now, and all the media is the worst because it's just divisive.
And that's
and
why
it's like
I'm not upset that Trump banned a couple of those the news sites. Because they're fucking fake. All they do is misreport constantly.
They're super left.
It's been constant. Like, we have talked about this even before Trump. We'd never watched the news because the news is dumb. We watch the news and it's nothing.
It bothers me.
Propaganda.
No, it's absolutely propaganda.
And it's never factual,
like, for example,
fucking news.
Quick example that's like a side tangent. For this propaganda machine that we have, I'm in history right now in school, and I'm learning about the Cold War 2.0 that's like encroaching upon us. And if you turn on Fox News, they will have you believe that Russia is the fucking devil. That's weird. The fact is, back in freaking late 40s, after World War II, their party dissolved. Yeah. Their version of NATO was the Axis powers or
the Axis and Soviet Union.
Their party dissolved, but ours has stayed ever since. And not only since that, since then we have fuckers in the Ukraine, Latvia, Lithuania, all around them, circling them with fucking nukes.
Yeah,
saying, hey, don't spread that shit over here.
Yeah,
that is propaganda saying,
the whole history leading up to that is fucking absurd.
But at the same time, Russia's propaganda machine is also dumping all over our culture.
I understand it.
But not everybody is like that.
And it's fucking.
And I think I'm talking to a lot of friends online with that post that you saw that I put. A lot of did you look at the comments of the people that were every single different type of person?
So many absolutes.
Everybody was different.
See, that's That's the
we
problem.
We had
People are
black
so
dudes,
content with
black women,
absolute.
white women, Asians, Mexican, everybody. This libertarian idea is rising, and people are tired of fucking. Why can't I be pro-cannabis and fucking pro-gun? Why can't I be
you're gonna get high and shoot
anti-racism and it's just baffling that the center wouldn't be where everybody wants to be. I think George Washington and Sam Adams and all these original forefathers, they were absolutely libertarians, constitutionalists and patriots, and that's where we need to be. If it infringes on your right as like you can't be super religious, like you can, and that's fine, but you can't push that on people because that's not constitutional.
But that's the problem with religion.
Right.
Religion calls for that.
Well, I don't want to push, say that's the wrong way to think. Say that's the problem with religion. I understand what you mean, but when we say things like that, those words carry weight, and that is
that's there's a two-parter to that. That's the point of doing that, and then the contrary part is it shuts people down and it tunes them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're attacking them.
As soon as you say, like, I knew what you meant, but if I was just, like, if you had a pastor on and you said that's the problem with religion, I'm out.
Yeah.
But we can't be there. We have to be in the middle because you have to compromise so he can compromise. And then that's where we're going to solve issues. Absolutely. It isn't Bernie Sanders socialist, and it's not Trump's fucking republic. It's really not. Yeah. We're somewhere in the middle that we haven't found a man for.
I think we'll get there.
I'll do it. No. 2020. Here we go.
2020. I think we can do it. I think if we drain the swamp, and as long as we keep alt left and alt right out of it, and we Democrat, Republican, and then Libertarian, and we have a third party, a third voice for people to listen to, a rational voice, because that's all the Libertarian Party is rationality.
That's what that post that I put on Facebook was about. It was, I'm tired of the left versus the right. We're being divided with race, school, just sex,
money,
our medicine. I don't. Who are you to tell me what I can put in my body?
I'm not hurting nobody.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a tax-paying goddamn citizen that's off the
for
system.
Trump to pass a law saying, or to put into executive order, we're going to crack down on marijuana more.
Yeah, get
the fuck out of here.
That
Trying to
me.
Like Sessions, I hate Sessions.
Sessions is going to be out.
But to compare that, say people that smoke weed are bad, you're fucking, you're high. You're fucking high.
He's high on Paxil or fucking Prozac.
No shit. Like you want me to chew these opiates and be addicted to them, and that's only going to make me think. Even if you're not getting pharmaceutical money, that's only going to enforce the idea, the conspiracy that I think you're getting kickbacks. There's a reason in Afghanistan where there's so much weed there and so much opium, we're fucking guarding that shit. Yeah. Why do you think we're guarding opium? Like, why are soldiers guarding opium plants in freaking Afghanistan?
That's part of the reason why I started.
So they stop doing drugs? No, folks.
That's
no,
why.
folks. It's so we can fucking buy it.
It's so that we can buy it. So that
Sell
the
it.
CIA conspiracy theory, Alex Jones, CIA, drug people, they fund the drug dealers and the cartels, and the CIA works together with the cartel. These are conspiracy theories that I don't doubt. I don't doubt at all, because there's recent information that came out recently from Pablo Escobar's son saying that he actually worked with the CIA.
Yeah. Absolutely. That movie Sicario, did you see it?
No.
It's so good. It's fucking I don't want to spoil it, but it's basically what you just fucking said.
Oh.
And it's good. You got to watch it. You got to fucking watch it.
I'll watch it.
But that whole I literally want to create a group. I'm sure there's some that exist, but there's nothing out in California. It doesn't exist for us. And people are so left out here that we just lost our minds. Like we just give inches and inches and inches, and they become miles, and we give up our way of life for theirs, and that's not what it is. And I want to create a group that like I said, it's like pro-gun, pro-gay, pro-choice.
There's an issue with
pro-cannabis, anti. I understand. I have that same feeling. We talked about that in the past. Like anti-fascism and racism and socialism is not the way.
It isn't.
Patriotism and constitutionalism. And
hard work.
I want to create hard work and get it to pay off. And I want to create this group. And I'm be down to go and defend left and right people to talk at any fucking campus they want without getting wrapped over the head by a fucking stick or pepper spray or anything. And and to do
the only
this,
way to defend
and
that
and
is
I
to be
do, and I
armed,
don't
to
want
have a group of armed people to go up and just
and I
create a ring.
don't want to
That's it.
condone violence,
Protest,
but I
but don't
sure
hurt
as hell ain't afraid of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't
And-
like violence.
No,
Violence
I don't. I'm
fucking
not. That's not
sucks.
what I want to do. But I just want. You can't. That's fascism. You can't support any left movement that's bashing people's right to speak.
And actually,
If you don't
physically
agree with it,
attacking them.
take your fucking ass home.
Or go get up on that stage and debate them like a real American.
You
Tell
don't
them
go
why
and
they're
hit
wrong.
a fucking woman in the head with a stick.
Pushing. I saw
That's
one recently
crazy.
where they pushed this cop.
This
pushed that old dude
blonde
down.
woman
Yeah, I saw it.
had a
Made
red hat
Bitcoin.
in that said that looked like "Make
Yeah.
America Great
It said
Again."
made Bitcoin.
She got cracked over the freaking head
Yeah.
with a stick and pepper sprayed, and it said "Make Bitcoin Great Again."
Yeah. That's
And
the-
these were anti-Trump protesters.
And they're burying themselves.
it's crazy.
They're killing themselves because they are not the majority. Even the protesters there and at those events, that's like a minority of the protest.
Yeah.
It's just the most publicized because it's the most dramatic.
I need to find a
that
libertarian
breed,
state.
Those breeds
and I
are-
guess New Hampshire is like the front runner, but I'm like, fuck that kind of
Why don't you go
cold.
to- Fuck that. I want to go to like Montana or something, Idaho. I live in the cut. Where I don't have to
New
deal
Hampshire
with
is
nobody.
probably the cut, but
Isn't New Hampshire super tiny? It's like the size of San Bernardino or something.
no, bro.
Isn't it?
Your geography is poor.
Isn't it like super fucking tiny?
No.
New Hampshire's over there by New York and all that. That the cluster of the 13
Yeah, it's
colonies,
not the
right?
size of San Bernardino. No, it's
Are you sure?
pretty darn. Yes, I am sure.
New Hampshire.
Yes, I'm sure.
Is that a state?
Yes, it's a
That's a state. Are you sure?
God,
You're not sure, are you?
yes, I am
New Hampshire? We don't have a
100%.
state called New Hampshire, do we?
Are you fucking with me? Because I think you're not, and I'm about to fucking.
Who
You
the
need to
fuck-
go back to fucking
Where
school.
the fuck is New Hampshire?
It's right next to Vermont.
Vermont's a state?
God damn.
That's my point. You see my point? That's the level. If I don't know that, do you think everyone else knows that?
That's your fault.
No,
God
that's
damn.
the school
They taught
system.
that shit to us in fucking third grade, bro.
Yeah, do you think I remember third grade?
Or
I
sixth
barely
grade. I can't
high
remember
school.
what it fucking. Like, Jesus Christ.
I have
what were you doing?
In my brain, there is
Oh
no
my
room
God.
for New Hampshire
Where
or
the fuck
Vermont.
is New Hampshire at? Is that a chicken? No, it's not.
New
fucking
Hampshire
chicken.
sounds like a city or something. It doesn't even
It's
sound.
a fucking state.
Nobody ever says, "Hey, where are you from, New Hampshire?"
Damn,
Like,
it's warm up here.
I know. I'm starting to get hot.
It was a nice day though.
It was beautiful.
like 78.
I fucking killed it today, dude.
But
I
as
killed it
far
today.
as far as back to the topic, as far as that whole left versus right thing and our media just propagating stuff, we're not better than other countries. I mean, I think that our country is the best. Let me be clear. But we can't go out saying, "Oh, we're fucking better than everybody," because it's not true. We got to bring everybody in. And I believe in a legal immigration system, but I also believe that we got to get people in that want to be here legally, though.
yes,
Because
as long as it's legal, it's no big deal. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
if it's legal, who cares? It's
Yeah,
the
that
illegals that cause the issue. It's the illegal.
I tried to look up. I looked up a bunch of stats about like how many of the illegal aliens that are actually criminals that come over, how many of the criminal, and the crimes that are committed by illegals are pretty violent. If they're committing crimes, there's not like 80% of illegal immigrants aren't committing crimes. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But when they commit crimes, they're violent. They're not usually.
They're not
Like when the ones that come over that are committing crimes, they're really bad guys.
Yeah.
And that's what I understand. That's and it's not all of them. Don't get me wrong. Don't misunderstand me. Try not to miscommunicate. But the bad ones that get over, just like anywhere else, when they're doing shit, they're doing really bad shit. Yeah. And one of the three big ones from Mexico is drug trafficking, sex trafficking, and murder. And that's fucking bad, man.
terrible murder.
That's bad. I mean, and like I said, don't go off the hinges saying, "Hey, fucking build a wall and fucking
gonna
kick
build
out all
a
the
wall.
Mexicans."
It's not
My
gonna make a
mother
difference.
is Mexican. My grandfather's first generation. So, like, I know I look like a big white dude, but
Yeah.
I'm totally not
That's where the shit needs to go
anti-immigration.
down. We need to just stop with this racist shit.
That's what
and
it
just-
is.
and
It's
just
this
look at it
media
like a
just
fucking
because
blank
they know
person.
it gets likes, man. It gets likes, it gets shares, it gets views, it gets ratings.
It doesn't get it from me. I scroll
boycotted the Oscars because I'm tired of like
past- I didn't.
a group of people that
I don't even watch TV.
just
bro.
are giving each other awards and pushing their politics. They're a bunch of fucking millionaires telling us how bad the rest of the world got it. Like, suck a dick, man.
Yeah.
I'm going paycheck to paycheck, and you're sitting here fucking rolling up in a Rolls Royce telling us how bad the world is. Suck a dick.
Paycheck to paycheck.
Was it?
I want that to change soon.
Was it Rise Against? I can't remember. Swing Life Away. I get by just fine on minimum wage. Sounds like your dog's going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What the fuck that dog's tripping about?
Yeah. And I say this, we're not better than any other countries because I've been to like 24 countries. I got really lucky in the military. And the truth to this spawns that we all bleed the same blood. And when I would go to these kids that I would be helping out with food or waters or wells or shelter or whatever we were providing in Iraq that people don't think we were fucking doing, that's a different whole subject, but we all want the same things. We want to be happy with our families. We want to work, and that's about it. We just want to be happy with our families and live our lives. And every country is the same until we pull in our technology and our God.
It's always God.
It is. If we take
God.
away, and that sounds stupid, if we take away technology, we fucked, and you're right. But think about it on the basic level. If every country was on an even playing field,
Zippo.
as far as technology goes, and there was no religious dogma, how do you think the world would be? We would all be the fucking same.
We would all be the same.
Absolutely the same. So what does that say? Two things made by man, and I'm sorry if you are religious. The word of God was given to man, and I get you, I hear you, but it was still translated by a man. And
You can't trust us.
we can't trust every man.
No.
You mean to tell me that what was the original Bible was in what, Hebrew or
It
something?
was in ancient Hebrew, and it was written.
And
on
then it was
fucking-
translated by a white dude in England? Come on, bro.
It was-
Come on,
It
bro.
was on sheepskin.
So you can't tell me the
charcoal.
king didn't put some of the shit that he wanted?
Well, of course he
To
did.
take place in the
Constantine,
Bible?
Roman emperor. He commissioned the Bible.
what I'm
He
saying.
left out over 120 stories.
There was a reason Martin Luther in the 1500s created Protestantism and Lutheranism, because he did not. The Catholic Church was corrupt, and you were just paying. Oop, fuck that up. And you were just paying the Pope for God. It was like Scientology. You were paying for fucking next levels.
That's so funny.
It's true.
I never thought of that.
It's true.
Holy shit, dude.
You were paying your way into heaven. That's bullshit. And these are poor folks too, man. That just kills me when these TV evangelicals.
How long have we been paying our way into heaven?
Forever.
Even before
Forever.
Christianity, you know?
Forever.
Yeah, look at the Greeks.
That's
They
the
used to
idea.
Put coins over the eyes so they could pay
Forever.
their way into fucking
Forever. Gods are supposed to be perfect, yet we think that they are vain and greedy and need money, right? Like they have value.
because of
They have
us.
value for money.
I hate that we have
doesn't
to,
mean
we have
anything.
To, we have to rely on humans, man. There's people in charge of us, not necessarily more intelligent or wiser than us either.
Yeah.
That's bothersome, because then policies and other shits are going to be made that we don't agree with. That we know, like, that's dumb. That's a dumb policy. But then, it got passed. We got to live with it.
Yeah, that's cray. What's up?
Want to take a break?
Yeah, sure. We can take a break. I need to take a leak, anyways. So was
There
it
you
just
go.
muted the whole time
I
you were
just
live?
paused it.
You're streaming. All right.
Yeah. Anyway. And we're back from the break. For the listeners. What were we talking about? Whatever, bring up a new topic. Ouch.
Oh, I hit a bunch of them, man. I have a ton though. We can talk about whatever.
I want to talk about artificial intelligence and robots and shit. I was listening to someone today. What was it? It was today or last night. I think it was on Joe Rogan's podcast with Rory something. Where they have prosthetics now that are completely mind controlled. It's completely attached to nervous systems and everything.
Oh, that was Theo, right?
Was it Theo?
I think so. Theo Vaughn's. I saw that like the mind is controlling the prosthetics now.
They actually
Yeah, that shit is
connected nerve
wild.
Yeah, and then
That is next level
working on
shit, dude.
consciousness uploading. I'm telling you, 20 years.
No, it's gonna be
20
more than
years.
that.
No,
It's gonna
dude,
be
look
more
how
than that.
fast it's advancing right now.
I mean, for the average Joe, it's gonna be more than that.
Oh, well, it's going to be created within 20 years. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People are going to be able to turn themselves into eternal robots.
Maybe that's our destiny. Instead of like Skynet versus humans, maybe we are just
We just
Skynet.
nailed.
Maybe we are just Skynet.
What if it's like a what if it's like this?
What if we are
perpetuating cycle?
Skynet and we go to a different planet and then fuck them over? That is
Well,
definitely the
that's
human
what we do.
condition.
That's
yeah.
what I think we did to Mars. I've been saying that, and there's so many more theories coming and more.
That
and
we're
more.
from Mars and
No,
we
no,
fucked this
no.
planet up, or we
that's my
went and
theory.
fucked Mars up
My theory
and came
is
back
that
and
we
just died, or what?
No, we did to Mars what we're doing to this planet.
Oh, and we came from Mars to here.
Yes, because
okay,
we fucked that planet over, and they're finding they're finding pyramids.
that sounds super plausible.
and
Super
they're finding
plausible.
these pyramids that match the pyramids of Giza, like the same. It's like super corroded.
Yeah, dude, just in the
They
billions
found
of
statues, humanoid statue with this guy sitting in a chair with his leg crossed. These were published by NASA. Nobody fucking talked about it. I was going crazy on the podcast about it, and I've had this theory since forever.
You have.
We killed the dinosaurs. Then we had a fucking consciousness.
Oh, we killed him with an asteroid, and then
No,
fucking so we
killed
could
them.
land in.
We killed them crashing here because you got to think we wanted to take a mass population, like we were greedy. We didn't.
No, we couldn't do that though. Like, because you have to remember the nuclear winter, or not, sorry, nuclear, but the fallout winter from, the
Oh, yeah,
debris
yeah,
in the
yeah,
atmosphere lasted hundreds of years. So we couldn't just crash into here and then just be like, oh, we're gonna prop up. No, you'd have to.
But what if-
you'd have to make, like, if you said we were smart enough to tug an asteroid to hit Earth, destroy everything there, and then come on in, that's plausible.
That makes more sense.
Because they're talking about mining freaking asteroids
Yeah,
with
they
just
do.
tugging them on over and just drilling the shit out of them in space and bringing
Yeah.
and then it's infinite resources.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's great. That was
makes
on
more
Neil
sense.
deGrasse's.
Yeah, I
that one
remember.
was so good. Such a good
Yeah.
podcast. Joe Rogan's podcast is
I
shit.
got upset about the infinity thing.
Oh yeah,
fucks everything up, man.
Infinity. Yeah, because there's fractional numbers and
It just fucks
yeah.
everything up.
Yeah, that I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah,
So your
it's-
brain is like, no.
Why are you
Because
making
he
it so
can just like
complicated?
his brain can just like reach and grab new
But,
things. And mine's like, no.
The key to being someone like Neil deGrasse Tyson is imagination. It's the most crucial part of science is imagination.
Yeah.
You're all watching yourself.
I look like a moron. It's all good.
That's
though.
how we look.
That's how we look.
That's how you look
That's how I
normally.
look.
So you look like a moron sometimes.
Oh, fuck.
Everybody looks like morons sometimes.
thick.
Man. Yeah, man. I think we're doing the same thing here that we're trying to do it everywhere else, man. We're looking for more planets. What did NASA just reveal? That there's like
7 in a
Seven.
Goldilocks zone.
yeah,
in the same
7
solar system.
In our solar system, 7.
Not in our
planets.
solar system. And it's
In
it's
the
about
Goldilocks
40
zone?
It's about 40
Not
it's-
in the Milky Way galaxy. No,
Yes, yes.
We're
it's-
Milky Way.
Yes, it's
Okay,
in
we're
Milky Way. It's about 40 light years away.
And that's not that far.
Not in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I mean it is very extremely far.
We're
but at the rate
we're
you
not
could
getting
travel through
we're not
space
getting there
is
in our
fucking-
lifetime.
The rate you could travel through space is like
We're not getting there until we've developed some type of new technology.
compare it. Look, we already did the quantum fucking jet thing they created. The itself like basically runs on no energy. It's like quantum physics that creates this jet propulsion. You didn't see that? It's
No.
fucking nuts.
I don't know. I didn't hear about
Fucking nuts.
that.
Yeah,
It's so easy to overlook things because
There's
our
so much
media
shit.
is
It's the
so
media.
focused on
That's that
Kellyanne Conway's knees on the couch
Yeah.
instead of fucking
That's that shit.
mind blowing. That's what we're talking about.
They need to make a news station that has a short like weather.
Why the fuck
Like
do you care
politics,
how
politics.
Trump eats his fucking steak?
Right there.
That's all I heard for like fucking 4 days.
Yeah. How pathetic.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Ketchup.
I fucking used to love ketchup. It's fucking delicious. What are you fucking like? You're gonna say that and you put A1 on yours,
Right.
or fucking salt, or pepper, or marinade. It's fucking. Oh my god, it's stupid. It's stupid. Go.
always stupid.
It's stupid.
Yeah, people are so
As fuck.
fucking engulfed, and
It's infuriating, dude. how smart we are. We have the world at our fingertips and fucking cell phones, and we look up porn and fucking the same stupid songs over and over. We look up porn and tragedy on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. We like to see people getting beat the fuck up, and we like looking at titties.
Yeah.
When we could just, hey, what do I want to learn today? Oh, I want to learn about the fucking mysteries of space. Oh, I can Google that shit. But instead, I'm going to watch people fight each other and look at people banging. That's what our problem is.
I can never, even when I was in high school, I could never watch bum fights. I just couldn't watch it physically. It just gross. It just made me sick. I couldn't watch.
There's always going to be the guy that's
Star.
profiting off of other people's exploitation. That's what slavery was. Yeah. That's what bum fights is. That's what I mean, people might not like me for this, but the Democratic Party as we know it today, that's what it is. The people at the top of the Democratic Party are rich as fuck, but they pander to the poor because they know if they keep them in that sentient lifestyle,
slave mentality,
they'll just be slaves. They'll give them votes and keep them in power. Yep. And that's why the Rothschilds and the Bilderberg groups and they're all Democrats, man. They're all fucking Democrats. You guys got to realize that. I mean, I'm not telling you stay woke or anything like that. I'm just fucking saying there's a reason the worst people on the earth are Democrats.
Yeah, that's
or socialists. I mean, like, just look at the history of socialism. Which country is doing great? Say something like Sweden and go over there and see how their country's doing. I mean, there's Swedish people that are saying
now that they're letting in all the fucking refugees.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, now that they're being liberal as fuck and like trying to be superheroes to save the world and shit. Now they're losing.
Maybe I'm just biased on my point of view because like I said, I'm interested in your guys' opinion. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, and then prove to me I'm wrong. Don't just say you're fucking wrong, and then you're fucking dumb. I get all types of EBT from Democrats, and I'm like, well.
Yeah,
that's that mentality,
I don't get no
bro.
Goddamn EBT. I want some.
I
applied for
EBT. My wife got some WIC for a little bit. And that shit was dope. We had eggs and cheese and
milk forever.
And milk. It was fucking free.
Gallons of milk.
Saved me tons of money, man. Milk and cheese. Expensive.
And that program wasn't created by the government. It was created by what was it? Some black dude, leader of the Black Panthers. He was the one that invented it.
That's dope.
Yeah. See that's that socialist idea that was executed properly. I think socialism.
No, it's definitely not being executed properly. Maybe at the beginning it was, but now it is not.
The WIC?
Yeah, the WIC is okay. I'm talking the SNAP and EBT. That's shit garbage. Is taking exploited like crazy.
Issue. You know,
everyone says they don't happen or it doesn't happen, but that's wrong. I work in an industry where
soda is the only thing bought.
Where people go in there, they buy a ton of fucking monsters, they sell them for cash, and they buy them with their SNAP. And what SNAP stands for? Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. And there ain't nothing fucking nutritious about Cheetos, Top Ramen, and Monster energy drinks.
Yeah.
There's some states, I think it was Maryland, that's actually saying, you know what, you're not buying that shit no more. You're buying eggs, beans, cheeses, lean meats,
healthy
fucking spinach, kale. And I'm like, that's dope. I want to be a part of that.
Fucking be.
It should.
Because you know what? If you really care about the poor and you want them to be better, you don't feed them poison.
You don't feed them bullshit.
Them the food that's going to optimize them.
That's going to make
give them the tools that they need to succeed. Because if they're optimized, that means their brain is functioning.
Yeah, it's going to.
That means their emotions are regulated.
Exactly.
Like these are deep psychological things.
There is a huge correlation between terrible health and depression. It is
absolutely, and I am a fucking test subject.
Yeah, you are not only the president.
I'm the reason why that theory was brought up. No, but
Tony was a piece of shit. Nobody liked him.
Still don't.
I just have tons of patience, and I don't hold any grudges.
Yeah.
So, other people hold bigger grudges. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Silly. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Do you want me to tell you? Or? No, I'm going to let you get it. Just keep dancing. It's coming. You're talking about brain function, and then you're like, wait a minute. Marijuana affects the memory.
Short-term memory. Overload.
You're talking about optimizing your mental health.
Oh, for the poor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, legitimate education.
Our
education and
hideous.
A realistic education, because we know people that just aren't smart.
Right.
but they're amazing with their hands.
Yeah. Well, that
We
was.
need to cater to that.
Did I send you that paper that I wrote about? It was. Are you pro free tuition or anti tuition?
I'm
or anti.
Now I am pro tuition.
So am I.
But I am also pro no federal aid.
Right.
I don't think the government should have anything to do with that. What I think is that the people that really want to be
That was my biggest, because I was pro tuition as well.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you make free tuition, guess who's in charge, folks?
the government.
The government.
But here's my point. I think people that should go to college that really want to go to college.
Right.
That'll do anything to go there.
But that's what
Those
was
are the
leading-
type of people that need to go to college because I went to college.
Yeah, that's what was.
I just thought I had to go and I didn't. I can't do it. I can't do school. It's not in me. I can't do the
That's
paper.
what was leading to my point in the paper that I wrote. It was like, why am I for it? Why is there issues with it? And when I said I was for it because it's capitalism. It's a free market. We're competitors. We pull the best students that can afford it, and you can't just get in for free. If it's free, everybody gets it, and everybody doesn't deserve it.
And then it lowers
it's
the
not
value.
fair. Yeah, it lowers the value completely.
That's why
it's
people's
not
degrees
fair
don't
to the
matter
people that
anymore.
busted their ass and they earned it. Also, but then again, I was against it because you had to put both sides, and I said, it's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Like it really is expensive, and.
Yeah.
And
You're telling
and to
me.
be honest,
We didn't even
most
wear our
poor
headphones
folks
at
don't
all.
even. No, we didn't put our headphones on. The poor folks don't usually go to college. It's something like 2% of poor families.
And those
Yeah.
families are usually the middle class.
Right.
Historically, they should
But
have
then
been because they
I
took up
also
the
put in
vocational work.
what kind of solutions, and this leads me back to the point I was making, was better K through 12. Better K through 12, and how about free vocational or free technical?
Yeah.
Because like we said, there's some dudes that are amazing with their hands that are great mechanics or great fucking machinists or whatever, and they just aren't great at taking standardized tests.
Yeah.
And I think as a country, we could agree on making vocational schools free.
I think so.
And not only that,
'Cause that
not
increases
only
the
that,
workforce.
yeah, and not only that, if we improved our K through 12, that would also venerate, the people that got into college. It wouldn't make their degrees bullshit.
Yeah, it'd make them have
It
value.
it would make them have value. If our K through 12 system was so good that the workforce could hire straight out of high school,
Yeah.
it would make college look even more prestigious.
Yeah.
We could also, I think the focus is just get better K through 12, really, and
Yeah, I
a sidebar of that is
Common
to
Core.
yeah. Oh, I think yeah.
No,
I
get
don't
rid
know.
of Common Core. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
All it does is confuse you and make you feel dumb.
yeah. I haven't.
I've seen my
it
daughter
yet, but
feel
we'll-
sad because she couldn't get it and I couldn't get it, and she just fucking got really mad and upset.
Yeah.
That is absurd. If there's a problem and if we can't figure out your solution, we should be able to go
I haven't
other
even looked
avenues and
into
try
it.
to find different solutions our own way.
I have a feeling that everyone in the world just can't be dumb to it. There's just a step they're missing, just because we didn't learn it like the kids are learning it. No disrespect, but every kid isn't a mathematician,
No.
She may be an artist or something else.
She's really good at math.
Oh,
She's
really?
good at math.
Yeah, I don't know.
She gets upset because dude, these problems are fucking weird. I'll show you some examples because I talked about it on a previous episode and my buddy was
No, I believe you. No, you're not the only one with these issues.
this shit.
A lot of people have issues. It's changing how we teach multiplication. Here's how to multiply 23 times 7 using both the old and the new ways. Yeah, 7 times 3 is 21, and then 7 times 2 is 14 plus 2. It's 161. And then the box method is Common Core.
Yeah.
Where'd they get 20?
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You're going to feel dumb right now.
Why would they? I know, but that's the step I'm missing. I got to figure out why they got 3 or 23 is the original number, 20 and 3, and then 20 times 7 is 140, and 7 times 3 is 21. 140 plus 21 is 161. I get it. It only took me a second. I just got to figure out the pattern.
Doesn't it seem like extra shit?
No, it's just looking at the numbers Instead of adding and carrying,
that causes
you're
a
just
mental
not carrying.
anxiety.
I hear you, but that's
it
because
causes
they were
mental
taught.
anxiety.
But that's because Hazel was probably taught from earlier, a couple years ago, to do it the old way, and now she has to learn a new way, and that's hard. But if you never learned that way, learning that way right now would be crazy to you because you're like, where the fuck did that 2 come from? You know what I mean? Like, why is there a 2 right there, motherfucker?
Yeah, but
why didn't you add the 20 and the 3 plus the 7?
Okay, so then they should have a program where they teach this to parents for free.
They do, I'm sure.
No.
Especially in California.
No.
Really?
I've been doing this for
I just fucking
3
learned
years.
it in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever seen it. But I haven't seen it for math or anything else. Or, sorry, not math, but I haven't seen it for division, subtraction, everything else.
It's even worse.
It's even worse.
Fractions were easy. I caught fractions, Common Core. It's basically the same shit.
Yeah.
Can't really do anything
I
else.
skipped fractions because I was in GATE and I skipped a whole grade, and that was the 3rd grade. So I never really learned fractions or long division.
I'm not that good at long division.
when I got into high school and I was like in advanced placement, I was like, whenever it came to like do fraction, I was just like, I'm chalking it up to a loss. I'm gonna take an L on this one and just catch up on extra credit later because I never learned fractions. And the best way I learned how to handle it now today is just with money. Just relate it to something that I'm familiar with.
Equate it to something that you commonly handle.
Yeah, so I looked at that originally and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, see,
Wait.
that's the
so
problem.
20
It creates a
and
mental
3
anxiety.
is 23.
See, I figured it out before.
But what if they had like 428?
It's weird.
They're
That's
putting
the
428?
Yes, it's extra work. It causes a mental anxiety because you're looking at multiple numbers over and over and over and over and over, and you have to solve all of them and then bring them down and then solve them and then figure out the rest. It's easy.
In my life, I've been really lucky to be able to read a book and learn it. That not everybody, like when I was a kid, I thought that's just how everyone worked.
Yeah,
and that's not how people. It took me a long time to realize, like, because I would try to teach my brother and my sister because they're not good students, and I was always a great student. I was like, why don't you just read it and then that's how you do it? And what I didn't understand was that's not how everyone's brain works. But I thought that's how it worked because that was my only
your only
vision of perspective. And I've been very lucky in my life, and I don't say blessed because I'm not religious, but I learn fast through reading, and that's not
I learned fast
I've spoiled that because I have no degrees and I'm definitely not living up to my potential right now.
Yeah,
and
I'm really good.
And that's
with
why
my
I went back to
hands and I'm really good
school.
with
And
watching.
this is like the 3rd time's a charm, and I've got my health
Well,
under
it's better
control
now because I'm
working on my
going there
health
for a purpose.
You
know what you want.
Yeah, I just want to coach football and teach history, man. I love history. The biggest, that's the thing, though, what's happening, I know we're jumping to another subject, but the reason the Cold War that's happening, that's reemerging in Russia is, it already happened.
Democrats' fault?
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say it already happened a long time ago. We should have learned from it back then, and that's what history's about. And that's why I want to get into it. I not only want...
You want to explain it in a way that it can be
some of my favorite teachers throughout life that were great role models for me were history teachers. I don't know why, and they were a little bit more conservative. They were usually old salty veterans, and that's what I am. I'm gonna be an old salty veteran that's right down the middle, not too far right, not too far left, just to give a voice to the kids that aren't agreeing with fucking super far left liberal shit, because that's all schools are these days.
That's all they are.
Every single teacher I know fucking hates Trump, and that's not fair. That's not right, and it's not true.
And, there
is not
something I wanted to talk about that I thought about today.
But I'm also in California, so that has a lot to do with it.
My problem with the way liberals are acting is of course, and it's obvious that it's childish, right? But I think now that I'm paying attention, and I watched Bill Maher last night, and Seth MacFarlane said that Trump is actually really boring in person. Really
He's
boring.
just a regular dude.
Yeah. And see, that's why I'm not offended or affected by his speeches or the way he acts.
Somebody writes those shits, guys. Somebody is writing it for him. Yeah.
He's acting. He's putting
TV
on
star.
a narcissistic fucking, I'm going to get this shit done.
I think he's a lot smarter than people.
Yes. Yes.
give him credit for, because I think he's manipulating a lot of things.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking because everything.
He's a
is
billionaire,
going good.
guys. No fucking billionaires are stupid.
Are billionaires
Come
on
on.
accident,
No,
yeah.
whether he's a great judge of character and he hires people that made him a billionaire,
Yeah.
or he's a fucking genius and just duping y'all, he's a fucking billionaire. There's no stupid billionaires.
Yeah.
Is there?
that I know
I'm trying to, like, unless they inherited $1 billion, like maybe some
yeah.
Persian freaking sheiks or something, maybe.
like a
but that's oil money,
incest-
oil tycoon money.
Fucking family ridden.
He was like,
sister.
like to say, oh, he got like fucking $100 million from his dad. I was like, to turn $100 million into a couple billion is a big fucking deal, guys.
A lot. I don't know if they understand what a billion is.
No. Like when people write a million, when people write a million,
fucking a lot.
there's 10 100,000s in that. When people write a billion, there's fucking like page. I do that. I've done that before. I like to show people. I've put a million and then put 100,000 and I've typed it out, and it's like just 10 little things. Then I do it to a billion and I type out 100,000. It's like 10 pages of 100,000s.
Jeez.
And then when it's a block of pages, like 19 pages of 100,000s, I take like 3 rows of that out, which is like 5 million. I said, there's like 7 Lambos and fucking a couple houses. Now how do you look? And it's still fucking 17 pages of fucking 100,000s.
Jeez.
Yeah. So there's a big difference.
Yeah.
And that's not just inflation or, adjusted to gross. That's he's either hiring the right people around him, or he's fucking smarter than you think.
Why do you think that that these Democrats are going so crazy over the just things people have said and people's affiliations, and not really looking at their work?
Because their way of life is fucking changing right around them as we speak. Whether it's the right winning, like the House, the Senate, and the fucking the presidency, the libertarian movement is fucking shooting through too. Yeah. So the left is just collapsing completely. I don't think they'll ever die out, because there's, as long as there's poor folks, there's going to be rich folks taking advantage of them. And that's been Democrats
that gets
since
fixed here
the
locally. Trump made a big speech about using American steel. That could be a sign that we could be getting Kaiser steel back over here.
I doubt that's going to happen.
I mean,
I don't know. We still import and we still export and we still trade with people. Like, that's a big reason why, all these people that argue on social media about how amazing Russia is and China is and other countries are, amazing, how amazing Canada is, and you know why? It's because we're buying all their shit. If we stopped buying all their shit, they wouldn't be making anything anymore. Yeah. Like, there's simple reasons as to why we were the founders of this Western civilization. Yeah. We're very young and we're naive and we're cocky.
Very young. That's what people don't realize. We haven't been here that long at all. We're very young. Very young.
And we're letting ourselves
of years before
destroy ourselves. And we have to recognize that. But there's a lot of people that are just stuck on, like, I go back to the gangster mentality of, this fucking 1,000-foot strip of street, I'm a fucking fight to the death for, even though it's owned by the city, and they can fucking eminent domain me anytime I fucking want, or anytime they want. Looks like the wife's on the way home. And Reagan, it's time for a shower and bedtime soon, so probably going to wrap it up.
Let's see.
But we can...
No, we're good. We're almost at an hour.
All right. But it was a good talk. That Alpha Brain did way more for me today than the other day.
It's crazy, yeah.
Well, I was fucking dog tired. That was a good talk, dude. I appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, you guys.
I did want to say, though, with the kid coming and everything, it's going to be... I probably won't be able to do once a week, but I'll come when I can. I'm going to go get the girl.
All right, you guys.
Go give her a bath. And
thank you for tuning in to Joint Narcissism. If you like the episode, go to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Player FM. I'm going to get on Laughable soon. I'm actually going to do that tonight.
If you guys like what you're hearing, or if you want us to talk about something.
Good, man.
If you want us to talk about something, I'm down to talk about anything. I know a lot about sports, too. I'm super into sports. Tony's not so much into sports, but if you guys, I can talk about anything. I'll be down.
All right.
And I also play music, so I'm down with that too.
Yeah, we should do an improv episode. Next
some
time
comedy
you can
or
come,
something.
I'm gonna hit up my boy from Horribly Awkward. He likes his whole thing. Is improv.
Yeah.
And I like improv. It's fun.
It's funny. It's fun.
So we could do an episode on that.
All right, man. Have a good one, guys.
All right, guys.
See you next time.